Good morning, fifth graders. Today is the stretching and shrinking investigation 2 review. I will start by going over the answers to lesson 2.3 that you did yesterday. So in problem 2.3, we're working with the rectangles and the triangles for the noses and the mouths. The rectangles J, L, and N are all similar to each other. We would see that since they are all rectangles, the angles are all right angles, and therefore they are congruent or the same size. So then in rectangles, you would only need to check the side lengths. For A2, the scale factors are from L to J is 2, from L to N is 3, and from J to N is 3 over 2, or 1.5. If you did it the other way, you would then say J to L instead of L to J would be half, N to L would be 1/3, and N to J would be 2/3. The perimeters of the rectangles for J, L, and N are 20, 10, and 30. Their areas are 16, 4, and 36. So again, the perimeter is going to be changed by the same number as the scale factor. And then the area for A4, the area is the scale factor times the scale factor, or the square of the scale factor. Because if you're changing the length by 2 and the width by 2, that would be 2 times 2, which is 4. The square of 2 is 4. If it was 3, it would be 3 times 3, which would be the scale factor of 3 squared, which is 9. In question B, we're talking about the triangles. The noses, O, R, and S, are similar to each other. The scale factors from O to R is 2, O to S is 3, and R to S is 1.5. Again, if you did those from big to small, they would be the fraction, the reciprocal. So half, 1/3, and 2/3. The areas of the triangles for O is 1, R is 4, and S is 9. B3, yes, the area of the larger triangle is the scale factor squared. So you may see the scale factor from O to S is 3, and that 9 triangles would fit in. Okay, so the same thing works for the triangles as the rectangles. B4 says the answers will vary. A sample answer would be the first 2 triangles are similar because the scale factor for each pair of corresponding sides is constant and the corresponding angles are equal. The factor from any side of the first 2 triangles to the corresponding side of the third are all different, so the third triangle is not similar. And here's an example down below. In question C, both Marta and Zach are correct because determining scale factor depends on whether you are going from large to small or small to large. So from L to J is 2 and J to L is half. So they are both right. C2, you can divide the length of the second figure by the corresponding length in the first. You could also find a number that the length of the first is multiplied by to get the corresponding length in the second. Remember, the first figure is called the original, the second one is called the image. C3, using a constant scale factor to stretch or shrink does not change the angle sizes. Similar figures have corresponding angles that are the same size. So when you have similar figures, the angles are the same. C4, if you use 2 rubber bands of the same size, you should have got a scale factor of 2 because the distance of the pencil from the anchor point is twice the distance, the corresponding position of the knot. This would be the same as saying that x comma y has been transformed by 2x to y. Excuse me. So today you're doing the investigation 2 review, additional practice pages. This is in the Schoology folder. I have also already uploaded the answers for you. Number 1 says draw any rectangle that is not a square. Draw a similar rectangle by applying the scale factor of 3. If you don't have a ruler at home, you can do this and just label the numbers so that you know that you're using that scale factor of 3. 1A, how many copies of the original rectangle will fit inside the new rectangle? So that is asking the area. B says, will you get the same answer for part A no matter which rectangle you use as the original? So if you apply the scale factor of 3 to any original rectangle, will you always get the same number of copies available in the image? 2 says make a figure by connecting the following sets of points on the coordinate grid. So you're going to do set 1, connect them all, then start again, set 2 and connect them all. You'll be making a figure here in this little grid. Then it says, suppose you use the rule 6x, 6y to transform this figure. How would the angles compare? How would the sides compare? Would the new figure be similar? Explain. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 questions to answer for 2A. 2B says, suppose you use the rule 3x plus 1, 3y minus 4 to transform. Would that new figure be similar? Explain. Excuse me. Recall that Zug-Wump was made from Mug-Wump using a scale factor of 2. What is the scale factor from Zug to Mug? Okay, so from Mug to Zug is 2. What is Zug to Mug? Explain. Wendy drew a very large wump using the rule 8x, 8y. She says that the scale factor from Mug to her wump was 8, and the scale factor from Zug to her wump is 4. Do you agree? Explain. Wendy could not find out the scale factor from Bug to her new large wump. What is the scale factor? So remembering that Bug, sorry, that covered it up, Bug was times 3. Bug had a scale factor of 3 from Mug. So what would be the new, what would be the scale factor from Bug to the 8? Scale factor 1. All right, and that is the review. There is also an investigation 2 quiz. I will open this up today, Thursday, and then you will need to have it finished by the end of the day on Tuesday, because there's no school on Friday, so I won't assign anything, no review, nothing. Monday, there's no school, so nothing will be assigned, which means you could use your time on Friday, Monday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever you'd like to finish the investigation 2 quiz, or you can save it for Tuesday when there's school again. On Tuesday, you will do the investigation 2 will need to be done, and we will be doing lesson 3.1. So I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Bye.